Hey guys, this is Coop from Garage Gym Reviews.
And this is Amanda from Garage Gym Reviews.
Welcome to our beautiful set. You can tell this awesome logo behind me. Yes, it's new. Yes, we are in a new place, and this continues to upgrade. But today, we want to focus on what we want to talk about, and that is the best massage gun. But we want to compare the best massage guns from the Hyperice, Hypervolt, to the Theragun Prime, and some of the other options that are out there. Now, Amanda and I have both tested and reviewed pretty much every massage gun out there. Our bodies are sore from trying to recover. We want to give you the information, and we kind of have different opinions because she has a feeling on a gun that she likes better than I do, and I like a particular gun. But without further ado, let's get into the review.
So I've been testing massage guns since percussive therapy became a thing like years ago. I think like end of 2018. I've tested more than 30 massage guns. I have had upwards of 20 in my house at any given time. At this point, I just, like take them away from me. Throughout all of this testing, I have become a firm believer that Theragun is in fact the best brand out there, and I'm not just saying that. There are some really cool specs that I will dive into today. Might have a little feuding here.
We may have to battle with these, seriously. That sounds pretty loud. Here's the breakdown. Theragun and Hyperice are both they're the premier guns. There's a lot of options out there, and we've written all of the best ones in an in-depth article. Amanda actually wrote it and tested all of them. So if you'd like to see that, you can check the link below the like button. Also, if you'd like to buy any of these, we've got links below the like button where you can check them out. But after using both of these, I've had the original one of Hyperice for quite some time. The Hyperice 2, Hypervolt 2 came out, and I really liked it. And I've used the Theragun Prime, but there are reasons that I think you could buy either of these, but I would definitely say that I'm always right, and because I'm always right, I would say this is the best. But I would like to hear from your side, the losing side, why you think the Theragun is superior.
All right, well, I'm gonna start with one spec, the most important spec, and that is amplitude. So if you ever research massage guns, you might go to a page and see all these crazy specs, amplitude, stall force, you might not know what they mean. You really only need to pay attention to one, and that is amplitude. And what that refers to is how deep the massage gun head actually reaches into your soft tissue. And so when something is marketed as percussive therapy, which is, if you look closely enough, you'll notice that Theragun is really the only brand that actually says they have percussive massage guns, because they are the only brand that has percussive massage guns. And that means that these massage heads reach 16 millimeters into your soft tissue. And so that right there at 16 millimeters is the threshold. All the other massage guns on the market are just shy of that. If you're real sore, if you're a real, avid exerciser, this is the one you need.
If you're a real massager, this is the one. Listen, okay, amplitude is certainly important. I'm not gonna downplay the importance of amplitude. I will say, Hyperice does say on their page that this is a percussive gun. So, Theragun is not the only one claiming it. Hyperice is claiming it too. But, yes, but, it's a big but. The travel on that, the amplitude is 16 millimeters, which is more than Hyperice. And Hyperice, what you can tell on their website, is they hide some specs, where Theragun, they're listing a lot more specs. And sometimes that can be just because Hyperice wants you to focus on certain parts of their guns, but the other part could be they see that they're losing in certain parts, and so they don't publish them. So I don't technically know the exact amplitude of the Hyperice Hypervolt 2, but from things that I've seen online, most people say it's around 12 to 13, which is 3 millimeters or so less than that amplitude-wise, which does matter. But she said the stall force doesn't matter, but stall force does matter, because if you're somebody that's as large and as muscled as I am, you're putting a lot of force in these bad boys to get deep into the tissue. And so having a higher stall force is what's going to prevent this from stopping. And that one has a 15-pound less pressure on the stall force than this one, because this one is 45, that one is 30. Now, Theragun does make their higher end model, and what's the stall force on the higher end model?
The Theragun Pro, which is their highest end, has a stall force of 60 pounds, which is probably way more than most people would ever actually be able to press into their own body.
But yeah.
Except for Coop, because, super brawny.
Yeah, obviously.
But you know, for me, a stall force of 30 pounds combined with an amplitude of 16 millimeters is totally fine because, you know, I have like these spaghetti arms over here. So I'm not gonna be stopping this thing on my own. Like maybe if someone else was digging it into my back or something, maybe then, but never have I experienced the, you know, the weird bouncing that you kind of get when you reach that high end of the stall force.
But there are other reasons that you could compare on either of these. Number one is they're pretty similar in price. And in fact, if you're going to look at these guns, either of these options are really close. Right now, these are retail price of $299. They often have sales, so if you'd like to see those, make sure you check out the updated links because we're constantly updating the sales. This one, for instance, has a 3-hour battery life. This one,
we've got a 2-hour battery life. So.
And as it gets more expensive with the other models, like the batteries increase too, right?
Yeah, so this one does not have an interchangeable battery, but the Theragun Pro does have, comes with 2 batteries, so each battery has 2.5-hour life, so you get a total of 5 hours, but you are gonna pay double the price.
The other thing is most people are using these in their home and they're using them while they're doing other things around other people, so they're like watching TV and hanging out, you know, reading maybe, I don't know. How loud it is does matter, so the decibels do matter. Now, Theragun, they list theirs, don't they? They list their decibels?
So actually, Theragun does not list their decibel level anywhere in like plain sight. So it's not something that they're like, hey, our massage guns are only 40 decibels loud, because they're much louder than that. Probably hovering around like mid 70s, maybe low 80s on the higher speeds.
Yeah, so we tested it just like with a phone app to compare the two, and they're pretty close. This one is definitely quieter. It's noticeably quieter. I think it hovered between 60 and 70. That one was more between 70 and 80, and not nearly as loud as they used to be.
If you asked me 2 years ago if I recommended the Theragun, I would say flat out no. Just because the specs, the amplitude, the stall force was just not worth feeling like your brains were gonna spill out of your ears while you used it.
Sure, and one thing I do like about that more than this is just the handle design. So you can see there's multiple ways to hold it. Yeah, which is...
Makes it very easy to kind of get like way down here in between the shoulder blades.
This one has like nice grippy coating and everything, which is nice, but there's just that one handle and you can kind of manipulate it by holding some of this stuff. But I do prefer the handle design on that. And then the other thing on this is it does have 5 heads that come with it. That one has 4, I think. I think just like the ecosystem for Theragun is probably a little bit superior. Like the charger, they have a charging stand that it like hooks into that's really nice, so if you want to display it. This one, I haven't seen anything like that. So there's just different benefits to them. Overall, in my opinion, if I was going to choose one, I would choose this one. This is the one I like. This is the one I've used most often. Amanda would choose that one.
But yeah, so if I was going to choose one, I would definitely choose this. Because they're the same price point, I think that it just really boils down to your personal preference and the specs. Like if you value quietness over the amplitude, then the Hypervolt is the one for you. If you know you're the opposite, then the Theragun. So if you got $300 to spend, either of them's a good choice.
Sure, but if you're on a budget or you're looking for something to travel, we actually have different viewpoints on this next one too. This is the Theragun Mini. If I'm just sitting watching TV or something and I just want something quick that I can grab, this works really well. And these are both really cheap, like so much better than the previous versions we've seen from a couple of years ago. They're very quiet. The amplitude isn't quite to the level. What's the amplitude on that one? I think 10
to 11.
Yeah, and this one's like 12 or so. So it's actually similar to this one, supposedly. Similar price point. That one's on sale more often than I've seen this one. This one, they both retail at $199. They come with various heads. Battery life, again, is pretty similar between them, or is that one a little bit higher?
I think this one maybe has a half hour on the Mini, so pretty close. But.
So pretty similar. What you basically have to decide is kind of the handle design you like.
Right.
I really like just like the palm grip because I can just shove it in places. That one...
This is more of the traditional, you know, style of massage gun, so it's very similar to the full-size Hypervolt. Same thing, just smaller.
Sure. And the way I think about these is these are very much gateway drugs to the real thing. So what happens is you end up getting something like this because you're like, I just want to try it. It's cheap. You know, I want to see if I like it. And then you're like, I want more power. I want more amplitude. I want a, you know, longer battery life. And then you end up getting the more expensive version. So I do recommend, like, if you just want to, like, get started and see how it feels. These cheaper ones, like, they work, and you can use them to travel. But over time, I think most people are going to end up getting a more expensive version.
Definitely. And it can't hurt to have both too, like one to stay at home and then one, you know, if you travel a lot. These are so easy to throw into a checked, you know, airline bag, backpack, whatever it is.
Cool. Well, this is Coop.
This is Amanda.
From Garage Gym Reviews. Let us know what you think in the comments. Do you agree with our decisions? Are you Team Coop or Team Amanda? Let us know. We'll see you next time. Peace.